Good morning, ma'am. Today I am going to say about experiment 3 in software engineering lab, that is class diagram. In UML, we will have different types of diagrams. So, this is one of the diagram. In class diagram, it consists of different types of attributes and methods. So, coming to the experiment, so we are drawing the class diagram for ATM deposit. So the main aim of this experiment is to provide the class diagram for deposit money through ATM, and second scenario is the deposited money is transferred to wrong account, and the third scenario is withdrawal but the cash is not generated from the ATM machine. So coming to the description, class diagram is one of the most useful type of diagrams in UML. So in order to clearly map out the structure of a particular system by modeling its classes, attributes, operations and relationships between objects. So what is a class diagram in UML? So in UML, class diagram is a static diagram. It represents the static view of that application. So class diagram is not only used for visualizing, describing and documenting different aspects of a system, but also it for constructing executable code for the software application. So UML class diagram consists of different types of connections like association, aggregation and composition. So the UML class diagram is used to visually describe the problem domain in terms of types of objects related to each other. So in different ways, there are three primary inter-object relationships, that is association, aggregation and composition. So how to draw a class diagram? First we will follow some points to draw a class diagram. So first we will find out what is the name of the class diagram that may be meaningful to describe the aspect of the system. So each element and their relationships should be identified in advance. The responsibility of each class should be clearly identified. For each class, a minimum number of properties should be specified, as unnecessary properties will make the diagram complicated. So user must note whenever required to describe some aspect of the diagram. At the end of the drawing, it should be understandable to the developer and coder. So finally, before making the final version, the diagram should be drawn on plain paper and reworked as many times as it possible to correct it. So this is the class diagram for ATM deposit. So I created user class, ATM machine class, bank server, amount, ATM transaction, bank help desk and deposit and withdrawal. So coming to attributes, user can hold a name, account number, date of birth, card number and PIN. So it is having the insert operation. So user can insert how much amount, how like denominations. So user can also update his or her account. So coming to ATM machine should have location, where it is located, and what are the things that are managed by ATM machine. So coming to ATM machine, there are two methods. One is identifies and one is transaction. So identifies means it identify the card when it is inserted, that it will validate it, and even the PIN number it will validate. So coming to the transaction, so there are different types of transactions. So it will call the ATM transaction. In this there are different types of transactions like deposit, withdrawal. So it will contain the amount, how much amount So how much balance is there we can check. So this class will validate everything whatever we select. So it will modify based on our if we deposit money, so it will validate the cash and it will take so if we are going to withdraw money, so it will validate the amount. If it is having, then it will give the money. So coming to bank server, there should be address. So there's for bank server there will be some account. Everyone will have some account numbers that are different with everyone. So there are some methods like manages, maintains, and validates. So whenever some problem occurs, a user will ask help from bank server. So the bank server will have this bank help desk. If they forgot their pin, they can change their pin. If they deposit wrong account, they can ask wrong deposit. So there is inquiry. We can inquire what are the doubts we are having. So we can select one of these options. So this is the bank help desk class. So coming to account will hold number, balance, and different, and even it contains a name and this deposit and withdrawal. Account holds whatever the transactions are having. So in deposit class we are having account, amount, denominations, and cash or check. And in user console all this will be displayed. So coming to withdrawal class, if we select to withdraw in transactions, so it will display within seconds like enter amount. Then after that it will show that transaction processing, and if the money comes out it will show transaction complete. So and this is the withdrawal class. So these two class depend on account, and the user depend on account, bank, ATM machine, and account depend on a bank server. So bank server will validate and update whatever the user is going to do. So this is the class diagram for deposit withdraw. And if we enter the deposit, if we enter money in wrong account, we deposited the money in wrong account, then we will ask bank help desk help. So this is the class diagram for the three scenarios. So this is the third experiment in software engineering lab. Thank you.